Hello and welcome to Hawick High News, the news headlines from Hawick High School this month. The 2018 Ski France trip is just a few months away. We find out more about the trip. Hawick High School pupils have recently teamed up with Police Scotland to create a video combating hate crime. Michael speaks to some of the people involved. SC pupils pack shoeboxes with presents for the less fortunate, and a social subjects class like no other. We meet the pupils who put on a very creative presentation about rights and responsibilities. Those stories and more coming up on Hawick High News. Hello and welcome to Hawick High News. Every year a number of senior students fly out to the snowy mountains of France for a week-long trip which they won't forget. Our reporter Zoe has been finding out more about why this trip takes place.
Christmas is just around the corner, but so is the 2018 Ski France trip. Around 50 pupils from Hawick High School are set to fly to France for a trip of a lifetime. The trip will take place in January of next year and the group will go to Serre-Chevalier, where they will spend the majority of their week. I have been speaking to Miss Mackenzie, who is involved in organising this trip.
Taking out a group of 50 pupils to France skiing. We travel to Italy and then we go over the pass, past Briançon to Serre-Chevalier.
What educational value do the students get out of this trip?
Well, there's quite a lot that they would gain from this trip. They will ultimately be travelling to another country, so the travel experience will be handy. They will be in France, so we'll be trying out a little bit of French, and obviously they're skiing, so they'll work with the ESF, the French ski instructors, to progress with their skiing.
What other staff members are going?
Mr Coburn, he's the boss, he's the leader, and I'm the deputy leader, and we have Ewan Simpson, Cess Willings and Alan Crozier as alpine ski leaders, ASL instructors, and we have 4 other members of staff.
Is this trip likely to happen again in the future?
Quite likely. We do it biannually, so the next one's due to be in 2020.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Look out for the letters, look out for the notices. If you're keen to go, get in touch.
Now for some news in brief. And Hawick High School is one of the 9 schools in the Borders working towards the LGBT Youth Scotland Charter Award. Pupils in the Pride group, alongside staff members, are working together to achieve the award at gold level, the only school in the Borders working towards this level. If you'd like to speak to a mental health first aider about your mental well-being, Mrs Fraser is available in our room every Thursday lunchtime if you need someone to talk to. And we must say a huge happy birthday to one of the longest serving members of staff here at the school. Mr Simpson will turn 60 on the 8th of December, and all of us here at the school would like to wish him a very happy birthday. You can see him here back in 1985 at the Hawick Pram Race. You might recognise some other familiar faces in this clip too. Now, the problem of hate crime is ever growing, and Hawick High School were recently approached by Police Scotland to make a video about the subject. In partnership with the Pride group, Hawick High News have been tasked to produce the video. I must warn you that some viewers may find the language in this report offensive.
Oh, look, it's the cheeky twat.
Hi, you got a new phone? You got a new phone for your birthday?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, my mum paid that for a lot of money.
Some members of the Hawick High News team and the Pride group have joined together to make a video discouraging hate crime for Police Scotland. The video contains information on the 6 sensitive subjects, which are race, sexual preference, sexuality, ethnicity, race and disability, and focuses on trying to stop hate crime against them. Today I met Mr Wilson, the man who organised the video, and asked about the process of making it and his opinions on it.
The video consists of looking at the 9 protected characteristics and how we can prevent hate crime and how we report it to the police and to make people feel safe.
Oh, look, it's big specs. Hey!
I'm sick and tired of these bullying men.
Well, that's tough, isn't it? It's
I
tough.
think my favourite parts of the video is when our pupils take part in some role play work to show the different types of hate crime there are.
In 2016, 4 out of 5 LGBT community members reported that they were attacked, verbally or physically. However, only 1 in 10 of these are reported to the police.
When I mainly saw that it was about hate crime and that it happens like all the time, I thought it would be really interesting to find out about it and make a video.
What's your favourite part of the video?
Mainly when we're like showing how like effective things are, just because you can look different and things like that.
As you can see, Mr. Wilson and Leo are very passionate about their subjects, and I'm sure that shows in the video. This has been Michael Imray reporting for Hawick High News.
And while out filming that report, we were interrupted by one pupil who wanted to try his hand at being a journalist for the day.
The video contains information on the 7 sensitive subjects, which are race, sexuality, sexual preference, ethnicity, religion, sex and...
Here we have Thomas McCaskill in S3, who wanted to try out presenting in front of a camera. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing him on the national news anytime soon, but thanks for giving it a shot anyways, Thomas. You did a great job. Moving on, and for the last 16 years, Mrs Raffier has been organising the Shoebox Appeal. Held annually in the run-up to Christmas, the initiative is all about giving to the less fortunate. Connor Mitchell has more.
On the 7th of November, S2 pupils benefited the world around them by sending what was once forgotten to the less fortunate children in the world as an amazing Christmas present. I spoke to Mrs Raffier about the recent event.
Since I've been at this school, so 16 years. A good reason for the second years to help is so that they feel good about helping and they can come and be generous and it spreads the Christmas spirit, not just for yourself, it's for others. Yeah. Previous years, second years are usually very generous and their parents are very generous, so thank you to all the parents that donate. We usually get a good response. Some years it's been 70 shoeboxes, some years 40 shoeboxes, and we always get a big thank you from Samaritan's Purse, the organisation. They send thousands abroad thanks to generous people.
Mrs Raffier would like to thank the S2 pupils for helping packing 30 shoeboxes, and I'm sure the kids will be delighted with their presents. This has been Connor Mitchell reporting for Hawick High News.
And finally this month, doing a presentation in one of your classes can be a daunting experience for some. But recently in social subjects, Devon and Louisa put a spin on a normal presentation about rights and responsibilities. It wasn't your usual PowerPoint presentation, but a puppet show, using just a light and cardboard cutouts, which they handmade themselves. Let's take a look at their presentation.
In first year social subjects, one of their 9 units is rights and responsibilities, and they've been working away on Amnesty International as a project, and we gave them free rein as to how they wanted to present their information on certain topics, and the girls came forward with a presentation idea and I just let them go with it. I've been here, this is my 10th session at Hawick High School, and I've been teaching this combined first year social subjects course for eight sessions now, and this is probably one of the best presentations I've seen. I think it was the fact that they put so much dedication into it. I was a wee bit worried about the length of time that it was taking them, because you don't get into too much trouble from parents giving too much homework sometimes. But they worked and I had to give them an extension for it, and you will see the reward that came together was absolutely first class.
We kind of wanted to do something unique that they'd never seen before, and we really want to try really hard on it, so that's how we came up with it.
Well, we set it up with a light and shadow effect. It was almost like a presentation where they had used little stencils that they'd made, and they put them up on little sort of cocktail sticks so that we could see the silhouettes. Something that reminded me a little bit of a few years ago in Britain's Got Talent and a few adverts that had been on TV, but it was incredibly imaginative. I don't think they just enjoyed it, I think they really, really enjoyed it. They had set up the whole class. This is something that was absolutely amazing. They'd given everybody in the class a little bag of popcorn to enjoy for their presentation. They'd set it up, they'd practiced it over and over again. It just worked so smoothly, and you will see exactly what I mean when you watch the video.
We wanted it to really be unique, and we wanted to show them something that we didn't think they'd seen before.
Well, that's it for this month's episode of Hawick High News. Thanks to Robson's Funeral Directors for sponsoring this episode. But for me and all the team, goodbye.